let's cover the basics of doing conversion tracking for Breely forms and appointments. All right, so the first thing you have to do is embed Breely inside your website. So you can head over to Forms, and then you can pick the form you want to embed, such as my book appointment default booking form. I'm going to go over to Share, and I'm going to copy this code and embed it inside my website. In this demo, I have a simple Squarespace demo website where I'm going to click Edit. I'm going to add a code block, and here into this code block, I'm going to add the Breely. So here I've actually done that already. So the important part is that Breely should be embedded inside the website, and there should ideally not be, for example, a button that would lead visitors away from your website into Breely, but always make sure that all the bookings happen inside your website. Next up, you're going to want to create a Google Tag Manager container. So head over to tagmanager.google.com. It's a free tool, simple and visual, that makes you require much less and usually not any coding experience to implement conversion tracking. So head over to Tag Manager, and then we're going to install Google Tag Manager into our website. So once you create a new container, you will actually see a pop-up here where you can immediately copy it. But for me, I'm going to head over to Admin, install Google Tag Manager, and then I'm going to copy this snippet. And in my demo website, this will depend on your platform. But for Squarespace, for example, I'm just going to copy this snippet, copy paste it into the header code injection, and hit save. For tools like WordPress, Google Tag Manager for WordPress or GTM for WP plugin is a great tool that makes installing Google Tag Manager pretty easy. All right, next up, I'm going to head over to Google Tag Manager. I'm going to go to my workspace, and I'm going to create a trigger that's going to connect Breely and any tracking tags you want to use. So going to click Triggers, New, going to click here for the trigger configuration, scroll down to find Other and Custom Event. Here, I'm going to go with Breely _ form _ submitted, and we can name the trigger whatever we like Breely submit, hit save, and now we are ready to add any conversion tracking tags. So for a simple demo, let's go with a really popular one, which is the Google Ads. So here, under tags, I'm going to click New, choose tag type, Google Ads, and Google Ads conversion tracking. So I'll name this Breely Google Ads submit, something like that. For the triggering, we're of course going to use our Breely submit trigger, and here you will just copy this from your Google Ads, the conversion ID and the conversion label. And for Google Ads, we also need a conversion linker tag, which is going to make sure that the conversion tracking works. So this one I'm going to fire on all pages. Great. Now you can add any others you like. You can just head over to New, and you can, for example, look for Facebook Pixel. You can do Google Analytics. You can do Snapchat, Reddit, X, wherever you want to run ads, LinkedIn. For all of these, there are guides or pre-built templates like these ones. Great. Now let's test our conversion to make sure the tag is firing. To make this a little more seamless, I recommend using Google Chrome, going to the Chrome Web Store, searching for a Tag Assistant extension, then installing it into Chrome. So we have our Tag Assistant here. That's just going to make this a little more easy with the tabs that open up. So now I'm gonna click preview, and here I will add my website where I have the Breely embedded. I'm gonna click connect. So we have a couple of tabs. In this tab, we can browse and use our website normally. And in this tab, we have Google Tag Assistant, which is going to kind of show us what's happening under the hood in terms of conversion tracking, triggers, tags, and the data layer. All right, so here I'm just going to proceed making a booking for test man. So now I'm going to click confirm. All right, so now we have the Google Tag Assistant and Google Tag Manager connected. So we can head over to the Tag Assistant tab or window, and we should see these events coming in from Breely. And the last one is Breely form submitted, the one where we created our custom event and added our Google Ads tracking tag. So we can see that the Google Ads tracking succeeded and fired. So with this logic, you are able to add any conversion tracking tags you like. You can also take a look at the data layer and find any information you would like to use, such as the client email or the phone number. And these are under Breely, submission, and then the name or the field. So for example, if I want the client email, I'm going to use breely.submission.client phone number or email. So let's do the email because it's a common one. So Breely, I'll just copy it here so it's easier. .submission. Client email. All right, so this dot notation will now match this data layer. So we can now go to variables, and we can create a new variable where we can have the email address from Breely. I'm going to go with the data layer variable, and here I'm just going to copy paste what I found in the data layer. Breely email address. So now we can hit the preview again and then test this out. All right, so I did another test submission. I'm gonna take a look at the Tag Assistant, and here under variables, we can see the Breely email address was this test email address that I used. And with this, if we want to use these field values like the email address, phone numbers in our tags or even our triggers, we could now go to Google Ads, and for example here, this is kind of a more advanced but quite common use case. We will go with, all right, so usually you will have a include user provided data from your website option. For some reason that's not showing up here today, probably a bug on Google Tag Manager. But either way, the idea is that now for any field, we have the Breely email address, and we can add the phone numbers, currency codes, and others, and they can be used in any conversion tracking tags. And there we have the basics of conversion tracking with Breely. The last step, once you have tested with the Tag Assistant, will be to submit the Google Tag Manager container, and this way the conversion tracking will be live for your visitors.